Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my biggest Pokemon purchase ever. If you follow me on social media, then you would have probably seen a sneak preview of this behemoth that I'm about to go through. In this video, I'm going to quickly explore the cards inside to give you a bit of a better look at what was actually inside the collection I purchased. And if you would like to see the cards in a little more detail, checking out their conditions a little closer, then make sure you look out for one of my upcoming PSA submission videos where I'll take a little guess at what I think the cards could achieve after grading. But without further ado, let's go. Okay, so here are the stacks of cards, the singles to go through. Obviously there's binders to go through, but these are, I'm going to start with the singles, like this extra rule. This stack of Japanese cards are quite unusual. There's a really nice Meowth artwork on the front of that extra rule card there, but you can see plenty of Imakuni's, Uyama cards. And then I'm pretty sure these are the deck lists from the Japanese theme decks, giving you a little bit more insight into what's actually in the deck. Then you've got some extra rule cards here. Obviously it's all in Japanese and I don't understand what it says, but I've not had them through my door very often. I think that's the most of those kind of cards that I've ever seen come through my doors. This stack here was my favourite stack. Card on the top is obviously an Uyama's Pikachu, and I think I actually show the condition here. Yes, I think there's some whitening on the top right corner I can see there, but other than that, the majority of these cards are super clean, as you will see. I'm not going to go into the condition much in this video because I'm saving that for, like, for one, it would take me forever, and for two, I'm saving that for my PSA submissions. Shining Mewtwo first edition, massive card. Followed up by Karen's Umbreon from the VS series, even bigger. That's the highlight of this collection for me. That Karen's Umbreon right there. In beautiful shape. Couple of specs, maybe bottom left, couple of specs. But that is an absolute beautiful card. And that is probably going to be sent off for grading and staying in the personal collection. So, got a first edition Shining Kabutops there, Shining Gyarados, Shining Celebi from the Japanese Neo Destiny. Japanese Shining Gyarados with a crazy holo. I've never actually held one of these in my hand before, so I didn't know it actually had that holo on it. It's like a glitter. And then, is it right that Japanese Sabrina's Gengar was banned because of the graveyard in the background? Is that right? Someone tell me. I need to know. Okay, moving on to this next half of a stack. You can see there's multiple copies in this stack. 3 Raikus, 3 Entei right there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Suicunes. Just the fact that there's multiple copies of these cards really gets me going. Next stack, what we got looks like a base set Japanese Mewtwo there. We got some Fossil Mews, which are the Mews that were actually in the Wizard of the Coast Black Star promos in English. But it's in Fossil. We've got Light Dragonite there from Neo Destiny. There's another Raikou there. There was actually 4 Raikus in total then. Dark Espeon, absolutely beautiful looking card. One of the best Espeon artworks out there. Changed my mind. Light Arcanine from Neo Destiny. Entei. 2 more Enteis from Neo Revelation. That was 5 Enteis as well. It gives me cards to choose from to send off for grading. Japanese Shining Magikarp there. 2 Shining Steelixes. A Koro Mew. Never held one of these cards. Again, it's got that same glittery holo pattern on the face of the card. Never held one of these before, but look at the condition on that, guys. That's a clean Koro Mew right there. Then a Japanese Shining Tyranitar. Now we're going on to the VS series. There was a nice amount of VS series cards in here. We got Jasmine Steelix, I believe. Is that Bruno Steelix? Bugsy Scizor. I think I've got the gym leaders right, I'm not sure. A couple of nice Neo Revelation Houndooms. That Neo Revelation Houndoom artwork is top tier. Top tier. Neo Destiny again. Got Dark Ampharos there. Huge fan of the Dark and Light cards. Huge. Dark Tyranitar. What a banger. Dark Scizor. 3 copies of that little baby. Dark Houndoom. Again, I prefer the Neo Revelation Houndoom to the Neo Destiny. Next stack, Misty's Golduck, kicking us off. Obviously, this is the majority Japanese. The person I bought this off obviously loves their Japanese cards. There is some English stuff, which you'll see in a minute, but the majority of this is obviously Japanese. Base set Gyarados there. Gyarados being my favourite boy. Flareon, Blaine's Moltres. The top loader's not really doing them any justice there. Sabrina's Alakazam. Houndoom. Some absolutely lovely cards. They're all in the Neo sort of era, and I love me some Neo sets. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz. Neo Discovery cards, got some Jungle in there. Team Rocket. The holo pattern on these Japanese cards is just... English just didn't know how to do it. The Japanese holo compared to the English holo on Wizard of the Coast cards, there's no comparison. Okay, these ones aren't in top loaders. They're just in sleeves. You've got the Metal Energy from the VS series. About 10 copies of that for some reason. Some banned Misty's Tears. Everyone loves some banned Misty's Tears. Sabrina's Gengar. Huge card at the minute. Even the non-holo version of Sabrina's Gengar is going crazy. Some Fossil Zapdos. Base Zapdos. Back into some more Neo Destiny. You've got Zoomeril there. Blissey, that's a beautiful card. Porygon 2. Little Neo Revelation Starmie there. How many we got of these? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Neo Revelation Starmies, you lot. 9 of them. In the background there you can see, well, I'm going to show them in a minute, but you can see the Japanese theme decks. What we got? Ampharos from Neo Revelation. Just a couple of copies of that. Kingdra. Couple of copies of that. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu and Giovanni's Machamp. That's a really nice Crobat there. Neo Revelation Crobat with the moon in the background. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Chansey from the gym sets. Taking a second to look at this Clefable. I think I was talking about the holo. How the holo is so much nicer on the Japanese cards compared to the English cards. There is just no comparison. Some more... Oh no, I thought that was some more VS then. What else do we have? Where do we go next? Here we go. Here's the Japanese theme decks. There's a Blaine's one, which obviously holds the Blaine's Arcanine. There's a little sneak preview of what you can find in the deck there. I'm pretty sure that you'll have a Blaine's Night, yeah, because Ninetales at the top of the pack there. So I'm pretty sure there's a Blaine's Ninetales in there as well that you don't see on that little list there. You get the trainer card, obviously, of Blaine. There's also, we're going to do Sabrina now, which gets the Sabrina's Alakazam, which you saw a copy of that a minute ago. And you'll also get the Japanese Sabrina's Gengar. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not a Japanese pro, so correct me if I'm wrong. Does the Sabrina's Gengar come in that theme deck there? And Erica, who comes with her Vileplume. These decks are quite rare. I see they're more popular. I see a lot of sales in America for these decks, but there's barely any over in the UK. So possibly taking these to a card show. I'm vending at my first card show on the 7th or 8th of December in Maidstone, Kent. And I've never vended before, so I'm just going to grab one table over there. Take some cool cards. That's all the bulk over there in the top right is all of the bulk cards as well. There's a lot of Japanese bulk. Here's the vending series. That Mewtwo's so cool. And the Eevee as well. I'd never seen the Eevee before. Vending series, very popular. Very popular. Very sought after Japanese cards there. Got the Sandslash there, who I've already sold to someone, to Poketamer actually, who is a big fan of Sandshrew and Sandslash, so they're gone to my boy Poketamer. That Kangaskhan, look at the artwork on that Kangaskhan. That looks like I drew it, but it looks so good. There's something about it, it just looks so good. There's a lot of artworks like that. That's a beautiful Vulpix. The nostalgia hit from all these cards, because a lot of these artworks I've seen vending series cards, but I've not seen this many. I didn't realise how many different artworks I hadn't seen already. That Caterpie, Abra sleeping in a tree. Come on. Rattata eating a piece of cheese. And there's the Sandshrew, which also went to Poketamer right there. That Shelder, really cool. That Krabby was a weird looking Krabby, but I like it. I like it. And the Metapod there to finish off. Where we going next, Jay? What are we doing next? And then, what is this? Just a bunch of bulk. Yeah, so this is me showing a quick bit of the bulk. There's a lot of Japanese bulk, a fair bit of English bulk as well. Everything was near mint in terms of bulk, but some of it was sun-kissed, so someone had left it in the sun at some point. Okay, so let's start on these binders. There was quite a few binders along this collection, so that's why I've had to go through it so quickly, because there was just too much to make a detailed video about. So first binder looks like a complete English Neo Genesis set. Let's flick through this. Okay, so the first page obviously holds the famous Neo Genesis Lugia. The Feraligatr in the middle is very nice as well. That's the rarer Feraligatr from the set. The one to the left of it is quite common. Second page, again, the famous Typhlosion, the T17 Typhlosion from Neo Genesis. Pichu up in the top right is a beautiful card, and the Meganium in the middle is the rarer card. The one to the left is the more common Meganium Holo. Same with Typhlosion. The Typhlosion to the right is the more common one that you find. Then you've got the non-holo rares, straight into the uncommons. And I was just checking that all the cards were there, because there were one or two sets that were actually missing a card here and there, which we will see in a minute. Neo Genesis, a big set, 111 cards in Neo Genesis. Next, we've got Neo Discovery. Another beautiful set. We've got the Espeon, got the Umbreon. There's the Umbreon. Tyranitar, huge card. So, Neo Discovery. Neo sets in general, when Gen 2 came out. And what I liked about this one is, like that Umbreon, you've got the holo version of the Umbreon, but then you've got a different art for the non-holo, whereas like in Jungle and Fossil, you just had a copy of the holo just as non-holo. So I liked in Neo how they switched it up and they put some different artworks in there. Then we got into Neo Revelation, another huge set. This was the introduction of, well, obviously you had the Dark Raichu secret rare, but this was the next set to have secret rares, right? I'm pretty sure, because you have the Shining Magikarp and the Shining Gyarados. Some beauty. You've got Entei, Raikou, and Suicune, all huge cards in Neo Revelation. Here, the non-holo rares. So I like how they changed up the artwork for the non-holos. That was nice. And I believe every other card was there in this set. After Neo Revelation, obviously, you've got Neo Destiny. This set is huge because if you look closely, this is actually a first edition Neo Destiny set. I think there was one card that wasn't first edition. But Dark Gengar, Dark Espeon, everything on this first page is first edition. On the second page, what was it? I think it might be Dark Tyranitar was the only one that wasn't first edition. Which is a shame because it's pretty much a complete first edition Neo Destiny. Missing one card, so I may have to purchase that just to complete it. It is in here, but it's just the unlimited. But very clean. Again, this set is a beautiful looking set and in very good condition. Light Dragonite, beautiful card. Here, look, you can see that the conditions on these cards are very clean indeed. For a set this old, it has been kept very well. I was quite worried because it's a 4-ring binder. The rings can damage the cards, so I'm yet to actually pull these cards out of the binder. So I'm not sure if they have been damaged or what. But look, you can see there, the Dark Tyranitar is the only card that isn't first edition. Slightly annoying. But what are you going to do? Beautiful set, Neo Destiny. Look at that Ninetales, the Light Flareon. Absolutely stonker. Stonker of a set, this one. Very undecided what to do with that set as well. Whether to split it up, grade it, or just sell it as a first edition. Here we've got some nice promos. We've got the Shadowless Pikachu there at the bottom. First edition pre-release Aerodactyl from Fossil. Pre-release Dark Gyarados from Rocket. And then you've got the W stamp, the 4 W stamped promos there as well. The Vulpix and the War Turtle are quite popular, quite common. Whereas the Psyduck and the Arbok are a little bit more rare with those W stamps. Then we get into the Wizard of the Coast Black Star promo set. Which there's that Mew in the bottom right corner that the Japanese had in Fossil. This isn't complete. Missing some of the big cards. Like the Venusaur. The Venusaur's missing. Birthday Pikachu's there, which is obviously huge. That Psyduck is quite a popular card from the promo set. But it's definitely missing the... There's 2 cards which are like almost impossible to track down for the Black Star promo set. And it's the... Pokémon Stadium and I can't remember the other one. There's 2 trainer cards basically. Pokemon Stadium, right? I'm pretty sure it's Pokemon Stadium or something else, but they're near on impossible to find. Base set straight after, complete base set, I believe this one. What was after this? I don't think it's John. I think it goes into base set 2 after this. Yep, straight into a complete base set 2 there. Base set 2 over base set. That's my opinion. The holo pattern just is 10 times better. Base set 1's boring. The holos are boring. Obviously, it's an absolute staple in Pokemon, but boring holo. Base 2 switched it up. And that is 100% complete. And that was all that was in there. We had the promos and base set 1, base set 2. What next? What next? Exciting stuff. I love going through collections, man. That's what I live for, is going through the collections. We've got some Neophiles here. Missing the Neophile Charizard bottom right there, but I'm pretty sure I've got it in a single. I think it was in one of those stacks. There's another one there that is complete. That's a complete one right there. Then we've got the Pikachu World Collection. This is quite a cool collection. It's got the Birthday Pikachu in it, non-holo though. You can tell it's from the World Collection with that gold Pikachu tail stamp where a first edition stamp would normally be. Some people get confused with like Birthday Pikachu legitimate from the Black Star promo and from the World Collection. And then another Neophile here for Neophile 3, maybe? Or Neophile 1? I think Neophile 1's the one with the starters. This might be Neophile 3, I believe. But really cool anyway. Another cool couple of items which I didn't actually know were in the collection. It was like one of those surprise type things. Were these 2 jumbo cards. The Moltres, Zapdos and Articuno I've seen many times before. But this Mewtwo with the Mew on it and the Pikachu in the background. I'd never seen this card before. Have you seen this card before? I'd like to know if many people have seen that before, because I've not seen that. It's beautiful. I don't collect jumbo cards, but that's a really cool jumbo. Especially it being vintage as well. Okay, moving on to binder number 3, right? Binder 3. Here we have a Japanese base set this time. Missing the Charizard, unfortunately, the biggest card from the set. Sad times, I know, but we move. We've got the Blastoise, we've got the Venusaur. Oh, it's really annoying that the Charizard's not in there, but what are you going to do? Hopefully I can get one individually and whack it in there or something. I'm pretty sure I'll be selling the Japanese sets as they are. Pretty sure. Because we've got base set. Now we go on to jungle set, which I believe is complete as well. I believe. Nice and short. The jungle and fossil sets were nice and short. Small sets. Small sets. Which is good. I feel like the Japanese did it better. Because in English, we had the non-holo rares, which was just the holos. Same artwork, just without the holo. Fossil here. Complete fossil. I'm not sure if this is how you would order the sets in Japanese. I think you might. There's the there's another fossil Mew up there as well. Because I know the Japanese order their sets slightly different to us. But I can't remember what it was like for the Wizard of the Coast sets. Next, I was going to say dark set is Team Rocket. Probably one of my favourite early Wizard of the Coast sets. Dark Gyarados. Obviously, Gyarados is my boy. What else we got? The Dark Magneton. I know in English, the Dark Magneton is a super hard card to get in a 10. And I believe this was complete as well. Unlike the English set, in English, Dark Raichu was the first secret rare, which would have been at the end of this set. But I don't believe it's... Dark Raichu was in Neo Discovery, I'm pretty sure. But we had it as the first secret rare at the end of the Team Rocket set. Little Squirtle down there. You got the trainers as well. Jesse and James there. And the energy card as well, the holo energy. But normally you'd expect to find Dark Raichu there. Okay, swiftly moving on to binder number 4 or 5. One or the other. Neo Genesis Japanese set. Now I'm pretty sure in some of these sets there was 1 or 2 cards missing. I don't know if it was the Genesis set or the Discovery. But Neo Genesis, famous for his T17 Typhlosion and the Lugia. The Lugia is a beautiful card. And then Neo Discovery, famous for the Neo Espeon and the Umbreon. Again, 2 absolutely Legos cards. That Umbreon's beautiful. The original Moonbreon. The originator of Moonbreon. After here, we will have Japanese Neo Revelation, hopefully. There's the Dark Raichu from Neo Discovery. That is the Dark Raichu right there. It was in Neo Discovery in Japanese, but it was the secret rare in Team Rocket in English. Now we go on to Neo Revelation. I don't know why, but these sets are out of order. They're not in the right order. All the holos are there, apart from the Shining Gyarados, Shining Magikarp. All the holos are there. Look, you can see there's 1 card. Oh no, this was really weird layout. This Neo Revelation set was a really weird layout because he had done the Neo Revelation set on the right, and then when you flip it on the left, you've got English Neo Revelation. So I don't know what he was going for, but the Japanese Neo Revelation set is definitely complete. So I counted up all the holos and things like that. But yeah, I don't know why he also done the English over there. Nice Celebi there, that shining, that holo Celebi over there. The Ho-Oh is an absolute huge card from Neo Revelation. And there's the non-holo rare as well there. It's a different artwork. I'm a big fan of that. Big fan. Next, Neo Destiny. Neo Destiny, my favourite Neo set. I'm gonna say it's my favourite Neo set. If only there was a Dark Umbreon in this. If there was a Dark Umbreon in Neo Destiny. Ah! The Dark Espeon will do though. It's got a Gengar in it as well. Some huge Pokemon in the set. Tyranitar, Arcanine, Dragonite. It's a massive set. Absolutely huge. But as you can see, it is missing a few commons and uncommons here and there. Which is a shame, but shouldn't be too hard to track those down. It's got the Flareon and the Jolteon and the Vaporeon. Which are usually the more difficult ones to get. It's not missing many cards. Maybe 4, 5 maybe. But everything else is there. And that is the end of that binder. Next we're on to binder 5 or 6. One of the other. We got Japanese Neo Discovery again. Okay, this ain't the same set you just saw. This is another set. Missing the Umbreon there though. Missing the holo Umbreon, but I think everything else is there. Next, onto the VS series. What a fucking set. I hadn't dealt much with VS series cards before, but there was a nice selection. There was a nice selection of VS cards in this binder. As you can see, you got the Scizor there. Bugsy Scizor, I think. Persian down there. Whitney's Persian, which is nice. On this page, there's a holo Murkrow down there. Morty's Murkrow. You've got Morty's Gengar in the top right, which is huge. I've never seen that Gengar before I got this. Jasmine Steelix, I think her name is Jasmine. Jasmine Steelix there. Jasmine's Ampharos. Jolteon in the top right. Blastoise top left now. Beautiful Lapras in the middle. Gyarados being my boy. That Claire's Gyarados in the top right had to come home with me. Claire being the Dragon trainer, Dragon gym leader in Pokemon Gold and Silver, the Johto regions. Nice head there. Beautiful back head. Nice Slowbro there as well. Moving on to this page in the bottom middle there. I don't think we're onto that page yet. Yukamori, Hitmonchan at the top of that page. But at the bottom there you've got Lance's. It was Lance, wasn't it? Yeah, Lance's, Gyarados, and Charizard. Huge cards. That Lance's... Is it Lance? I think it's Lance. Yeah, Lance's Gyarados definitely coming home with me. That's going right in, straight in my basket. Then loads of trainers in the set. Loads of trainers. But some beautiful cards. And rare. You don't come across VS series much. What's next? Binder 7. I'm just going to guess at Binder 7. What we got in here? We got some gym stuff. We got some gym, Japanese gym. What we got? Blaine's Ninetales there. Blaine's Charizard top left, if you hadn't already spotted it. And Blaine's Arcanine bottom middle. Some beautiful cards. The gym sets did it right as well. Look at that Moltres. That Moltres is beautiful. What else have we got in here? Erica's Venusaur down there. You got Erica's Dragonair, middle right. I was just showing that you probably get... Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, I was saying that you get Erica's Venusaur out of the theme deck, but you don't. You get Erica's Vileplume. Giovanni's Gyarados at the top there. Giovanni's Machamp. The binders were really annoying. Can't wait to get them out of them binders. What else do we have here? Lieutenant Surge's Fearow. Another good looking card. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu and his Electabuzz, Magneton and Jolteon. Misty. Everyone loves a Misty card. Misty's Gyarados. Oh, what a card. That's up there with my favourite. That is up there with my favourite. It's got to be Shining Gyarados just because of the artwork, but it's up there. There's the Japanese Sabrina's Gengar, which I think you get in the deck. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I think you get him in the sealed Sabrina's gym deck. I don't think these sets are complete, by the way. I'm pretty sure these are all just like a mishmash of Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge cards. Imakuni's Doduo down there, the original, which is nice. That's not the Evolutions reprint. Rocket's Mewtwo, Rocket's Moltres, and Rocket's Zapdos. That Snorlax in the top left is a really cool one as well. Reminds me of myself a bit too much. You've got the Holo Trainer cards that come along with the gym sets as well. Banned Sabrina's Gaze and Misty's Tears there. Misty's Tears, I think, is like £80 raw now. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, if you want to see some of the cards in closer detail, by the way, I will be doing a PSA video going through the conditions of the cards that I'm going to be sending off. So in that video, you can get a closer look at the cards and their conditions if you wanted to. Okay, so this little binder is something completely separate from the collection that we've just been going through. This was just like an extra binder I picked up in Colchester the day after, so I thought I may as well throw it into the video. It's got another Neo Genesis Lugia in there, Ancient Mew. One of the staples of the Pokemon card game. First edition Machamp, an Ancient Mew. Blaine's Moltres in the English there. I think it did have some creases in it though. Another Ancient Mew. What else was in this binder? First edition pre-release Aerodactyl. First edition Charmander from Team Rocket. We like that. We take those. Ho-Oh from Neo Revelation in English. These are all in English. First edition Celebi Holo. I was actually under the impression that that was a non-holo when I picked this up, but it turned out to be holo, which is always a bonus. Okay, so that was the last binder. Here is me showing you a couple of cards in a bit closer to just to quickly check their condition. Obviously, some of the bigger cards, like the first edition Shining Mewtwo, which is absolute banger. It's very clean as well. Super clean. That looks good, ladies and gentlemen. That looks good to me. Tell me what your favourite card was, or favourite set, if you'd rather say the set. Mine's the Karen's Umbreon. I'd like to know what your favourite card is though, but the Karen's Umbreon for me was the absolute highlight of the set. Yeah, I don't think this Uyama's Pikachu is getting a 10, but still definitely worth sending off. There she blows. The Karen's Umbreon. What a beautiful card. Never held one. Probably never will hold another one. So I'm just praying this comes back a 10. But that'll definitely be getting sent off for grading. That is everything. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed going through this collection. My biggest Pokemon purchase ever to this date. Hopefully there'll be a bigger one in the future. But to this date, that is my largest Pokemon purchase ever. If you want to take a guess at how much you think I paid, feel free to take a guess, but I don't think I'm going to divulge it. It was north of £10,000, I will say that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned if you'd like to see me process some of the cards into what I'm going to grade, and check out one of my upcoming grading videos. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.